And Coach, why don't you kick us off? Just your thoughts about the upcoming game and just a quick statement on that.
Yeah, Atlanta is a very high-paced, high-energy team. The goal is to keep our turnovers low. They're forcing about 18 a game for against their opponents. You know, rebounding was another strong suit of theirs, especially on the offensive end. So it'll be a collaborative effort on the boards. Hopefully we can get into our running game and not get trapped, keep our turnovers low, and just find some synergy within our defense and our offense.
Well, let's go ahead and open it up. If you have a question, go ahead and raise that hand and we'll get to you. First, you'd like to go ahead and kick us off?
Awesome, I can do that. Hey, Coach, I just want to get your thoughts on just your first, I guess, extended long road trip of this season here, and just the idea of how the WNBA is doing the road trips now, just with 2 games in one city. It seems like you can now unpack your bags a little bit and kind of get comfortable, whereas before it was kind of in and out of places.
Yeah, not trying to get too comfortable though. It kind of gives a playoff feel in that you're playing teams back to back. As a player, I know how these long road trips work. It is a grind, and I think the biggest thing is not to look toward the end of the trip as far as big picture, more so day by day, moment by moment with this trip in particular. These are some good teams, good competition with different, strengths that come with each team every night. Yes, there is some comfort in knowing that we don't have to get on a plane in the morning, but also understanding that, whatever adjustments that need to be made day by day, game by game, we don't have that time to practice. So it's more of a mental grind, getting better through film, getting better, just strategically walking through things as opposed to just being able to go full throttle every day with an extra day or practice in between. So I think the most important thing is, you have to become road warriors and take each game as its own entity and understand that, this is a big game because it jumpstarts our road trip and also kind of sets the tone for us.
Hey, and then, obviously you haven't finished this road trip yet, but do you prefer these types of road trips as to what the WNBA used to do, where if it was a 5-game road trip, then it would be 5 different stops as opposed to 3?
Yeah, I honestly, there are some benefits to it. It's just really tough playing teams back to back, and that's just the honest truth. I think you game plan in a way that you want to be successful that night, but also understanding that there's some strategic moves that you have to put in place because you're about to see the team again. I think for traveling purposes, I think it is very helpful and it allows players to rest a little bit more. Those trips where it's like 5 cities in 5 days, it's not for the faint at heart. It is really tough. And a couple of times I've been a part of trips like that where you're having layovers and things of that nature that come about. So there is some benefit to just being in cities for a little bit longer, being able to, see each team twice in a row, like that I think that's the toughest part. But other than that, we'll see. Talk to me in what is that, 2 weeks, Percy? Maybe I'll have a different opinion.
Hey, and just to kind of fast forward a bit here, but in those games where like you see teams on the second time in those back-to-backs, you guys are 0-2, I believe. Is there?
No.
I'm sorry to bring that up, but is there something about that, like, as you said earlier, that maybe teams can see you, they kind of now know what to expect, know what it feels like, and then can sort of gear up for you that second night?
For sure. A lot of that, along with, I don't know, because Dallas is on my mind, but that was a tough first game, and you think about the amount of mental fortitude and as well as physical, just, uh, brutalness our bodies took from the game, and
Yeah.
then you're having to turn around and play the same team with they had a lot of young players on that team as well, so it does take if that first game is a close game, an overtime game, or a game that takes a lot out of you. And I think, you see the impact of that on that second game, where there's some fatigue, but also some familiarity, what the teams are going to do. You have a short time to prepare, to, adjust, and maybe they do the same thing, maybe they don't. That goes to show, like if something works, you want to stick with it, but then also the team is going to be prepared for it. So it's a lot of chess when it comes to playing teams back to back.
Hey, and then just a thought on Atlanta here. Just without Kennedy Carter, it seems like they're going through some adjustments and some changes. How do they look, particularly without her?
I mean, let's not get fooled now. Aaron McDonald is playing very well defensively. They have a lot of very athletic, capable guards. Their defense they get you to turn the ball over a lot. They're athletic, they're rebounding. Obviously, Kennedy provides a level of elite scoring that is not it's irreplaceable, but also Courtney gets more shots, Hayes gets more shots. The other Bradford comes in and gets more minutes, and she's been a game changer. So though Kennedy is not in, the energy that comes off the bench, the firepower, backing up that firepower that's already starting the game, it's they haven't fallen off at all, in my opinion. I think they have some very key matchups for us.
And then aside from limiting your turnovers, what would be the keys to the game?
Controlling the rebounds, limiting their offensive boards. We have to also attack them. They foul a lot. They're about, I think, 11th in the league. Teams are shooting about 20, 21 free throws on them. So attacking aggressiveness with our aggression is so key. So finishing our plays with defensive rebounding, getting into our running game. This team also gives up a lot of fast break points, making sure we control the boards and limit our turnovers.
Awesome. That's all I got.
Yeah. Thanks, Percy.
Hey, Coach.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you after the game.